Greetings, this is Dinah Monahan.
And Damon Evans bringing you Pro-Life Perspectives. This program is about all things pro-life. It's sponsored by White Mountain Tees and Snowflake. White Mountain Tees provides screen printing, embroidery, banner printing, merchandise with your logo on it, and much more for the White Mountain community. Whether it's 25 t-shirts for your family reunion or 5,000 for your big event, they can do it. Businesses can have a professional look with embroidered logos on jackets, hats, and other apparel.
And Damon, they deliver. Yep, they deliver your order right to your door. From Payson to Winslow, Pinetop to Springerville. They bring it right to you.
Go to whitemountaintees.com. That's whitemountaintees.com, or stop by their shop in Snowflake. Dinah, I think this program is the most urgent we've done or will do. And I hope that people will listen and then go to your YouTube channel and share it with every friend on their list. Let's get into this.
Let's go. Do you know what Arizona may have in common with California and New York? A constitutional amendment that allows abortion on demand up until the day of birth with no restrictions. An amendment that takes away all parental say over their minor daughter's abortion, protects traffickers and predators who take their victims for an abortion, and removes all laws that are in place to protect women's health and lives when undergoing an abortion. There is an initiative called the Arizona Abortion Access Act that will put abortion on the ballot in November for Arizona voters.
And let me just jump in with a little civics lesson here. Because citizens of Arizona may initiate legislation as a constitutional amendment by applying for a ballot initiative. And once approved, they must get a certain number of signatures. In Arizona's case, it's 383,923. And if they get enough qualified signatures, it's put onto the ballot for the November election, right?
Absolutely. And I believe they're going to get enough. I've talked to so many people who've gone to the Valley. They aren't bothering with our little towns, by the way, and have been approached by signature gatherers. They ask the question, would you like to sign a petition for women's reproductive rights? Or they'll say, for women's health care? My sister was approached in Tucson, and she said, absolutely not. It will allow abortions until the day of birth. The lady started screaming at her and said, this isn't true. It's a lie. It doesn't say anything about abortion until birth. And you know what? She's right. It doesn't use those words. It's actually what it doesn't say that's so dangerous. It starts out, every individual has a fundamental right to abortion, and the state shall not enact, adopt, or enforce any law, regulation, policy, or practice that does any of the following. Number 1, denies, restricts, or interferes with that right, which is abortion, before fetal viability.
And what is considered fetal viability?
Fetal viability is generally considered 24 weeks.
24 weeks. Okay, so that's 6 months. And I've seen ultrasounds of 6-month babies, and they are perfectly formed and enjoying life in their mother's womb. So nobody can interfere with abortions before 6 months. But what about after 6 months? I mean, that is third trimester abortions.
Okay, it states denies, restricts, or interferes with an abortion after fetal viability. So what's missing? There's no cutoff point. It's open-ended. So without saying it, it makes it a constitutional right to abort babies from 6 to 9 months. And the barbaric partial birth abortion, where a baby is partially delivered, the organs are harvested, and then it's pulled out, this would be legal under this amendment. And remember, it's not a law that lawmakers can change. Also, it would nullify the current laws protecting babies who survive an abortion attempt and would, like California and New York, allow the abortionist to set the struggling infant aside or hasten his or her death, even if the baby could be saved.
My goodness.
Yeah. The language of the ballot measure goes on to say that in good faith judgment of a treating healthcare professional is necessary to protect the life or physical or mental health of the pregnant individual. Again, voters will not understand what this says, but this part is equally as shocking. Notice the words treating healthcare professional. Arizona law now is very specific that abortions can only be performed by licensed physicians with hospital privileges. This protects women's health and lives.
I'm catching on. So with this constitutional amendment in place, all previous laws are struck down, and any laws passed have to live up to this constitutional wording. So it's no accident that they didn't use physician, but rather healthcare professional. What are the consequences of this?
Oh, my goodness. In Arizona, a healthcare professional is defined as 25 different professions, including acupuncturists, respiratory therapists, athletic trainers, massage therapists, nursing care institution administrators, and assisted living facility managers, midwives, hearing aid dispensers, audiologists, and speech-language pathologists, to name a few. In constitutional issues, words matter. In Arizona, there are not enough abortionists to go around. Clinics are closing. But under this, any of these could do abortions.
But what about the words? It says protect the life or physical or mental health of the pregnant individual. I notice it doesn't use the term woman here.
No, got to be woke even when you're changing the Constitution. What does it say is necessary? The good faith judgment of a treating healthcare professional. Do you see what this does? Here is a scenario that is protected under this Abortion Access Act. Your 14-year-old daughter is molested by her athletic training. Like that would never happen. We remember about the Olympic team. Yeah. She gets pregnant by him. Because he is a designated healthcare professional who acts in good faith, which isn't even definable by law, he can refer her for an abortion. His referral is all that's necessary to meet that requirement. He can then take your 14-year-old daughter to the abortion clinic and you'll never know. If you find out because of the abortion causes physical harm, you cannot hold anyone accountable. I actually know a case where this happened in California to a young woman who lived with us for a while. She was 15. The abortionist left pieces of the baby in her womb. Her parents knew nothing, but they had to rush her to the hospital and were shocked to find out that she had an abortion. She recovered, but no one could be held accountable. Oh, except the parents, who were accountable for the large hospital bill. This will be Arizona if this passes. The wording of this amendment, or lack of wording in many cases, will enshrine in Arizona Constitution abortion through all 9 months, partial birth abortion, loss of all parental control, no accountability for predators and traffickers, render the state helpless in passing laws to protect women and minors, and make Arizona an abortion mecca with no regulation or oversight allowed.
This is a wake-up call to any decent Arizonan. As a dad of 3 daughters, this just really shakes me to my core. Next week, we're going to go over more of the provisions in this Arizona Abortion Access Act that are equally as shocking, and then we'll give you information on what you can do to fight this monster. If you want to read more, go to itgoes2far.com, and this episode will be on Dinah's YouTube channel. Just put in Dinah Monahan, Pro-Life Perspectives, and you can listen again. And please forward it to everyone on your list. Until then, stay safe,
be blessed,
be kind,
and love life.